this episode of An American Entrepreneur, we're going to meet a gentleman who is a third-generation paint and body professional. He decided to start his own company in the garage of his house and named his company the Vette DFW. His passion is Corvettes, and he's decided to niche down on this specialty car. His work includes anything from paint correction, restomods, and full-on custom builds. So join me, as I have no doubt you'll find his story interesting and inspiring. Honey, how are you?
How are you, Curtis?
Oh, pretty good. Well, man, I appreciate you letting us come out and check out what you're doing here.
Absolutely. Welcome.
Tell us the name of the place here you got going on here, what you do.
This is the Vette DFW. We're a Corvette specialist collision center, custom shop, and restoration shop.
Okay. Well, why don't you give us a tour of the place? Let's see what you do around here.
Alrighty. So, first of all, you'll notice the place is kind of empty. Normally we're packed with cars. We're preparing for a big event. The Lone Star Corvette Club's having a meeting here tomorrow. So, biggest Corvette club in the nation. Starting off, this is our Shop 1964 Roadster.
I see you got rid of the pop-up headlights.
We definitely did get rid of the pop-up headlights. Those headlights there are from a company called Restomod Tech. Those are actually our signature headlights that we for the cars that we put out here. This is a 1962 that we are building for a good friend of mine. This is going to be a complete Restomod car. It's going to have C7 Corvette suspension. It's going to have an LS3. It is going to be a beautiful, beautiful car.
It's got a really nice wrecked up C8 back here, I see.
Yes, sir. One of our customers has a lot of faith in us and bought that at auction for us to rebuild for him. So it's in the process of being rebuilt.
Okay, what are you guys doing to this one right here?
Over here, this is a 1967 convertible for our friend Brian. He had a couple little paint issues in the back that we're correcting for him. We already got it painted, so now we're in the final process of color sanding and polishing the paint to get any kind of imperfections out and make sure it looks show quality for him.
All right, what else you got around here?
This is a 1984 Camaro that a buddy of mine built. As you can see, it's got an LS2. They did not come with that. That's swapped. But we did a paint job on it for him and just helped him put it together. It's almost ready. We're just doing some final polishing and assembly for him.
What else you got here?
Out here we got our big projects. So this is a 1982 anniversary edition pace car, or not an anniversary edition, it's a pace car that we're building for a gentleman, one of my good friends. This was a C6 that was involved in a pretty hard collision that we're repairing. And then this, believe it or not, one day will be $1 million car. This is a 1963 split window Corvette that we're doing a complete restoration. This is also going to be a Restomod car. It'll be all updated suspension and drivetrain. This will have Apple CarPlay. It'll be like as if you ordered this car today. But
how long do you think it'll take you to do this?
A long way to go. Probably about 6 months.
Okay, well, it's not too bad.
Yeah.
Especially considering what you're doing to it.
Yes, sir.
So I guess this is where you do your buffing, polishing, this little area right here with all these lights?
Yeah, this is where we do all of our coatings, our polishing, any kind of wet sanding. That's why we have all these lights up, just to help us be able to see any kind of imperfections and get that stuff out of there. Moving on, this is our showroom / Sonny's office. As you can see, we got merchandise for sale. This is actually the chassis to that car we were just speaking about. So this is a full custom chassis from our friends at SR3. And so this has C7 suspension. and this will have an LT4 motor from a C7Z06. So this car will essentially be a C7Z06, but with the classic styling of a 1963.
Okay.
Just like my desk here that we custom built because I'm cheesy and I like to make stuff out of scrap parts that we have laying around.
I like it. That is a really cool desk. So I've got to ask though, do the headlights work? Or at least turn on and off?
Not yet.
Okay.
Eventually they will.
How long ago was it that you started this business?
It's been right around 3 years. So I've got a poster hanging up over there. I actually went to a car show the day we got the keys to the first shop, which was March 12th, 2023 was when we got the keys to the first shop. But I've been doing this stuff since I was a little bitty guy. I'm a third generation paint and body guy. My grandfather started his first shop in 1958. So, I've been around this stuff forever, but we finally decided to pull the trigger and open this. Just my love of Corvettes and just kind of wanting to do my own thing. So
if I remember correctly, I think you said you were working from your house, your garage.
Yes, sir.
How long did you do that before you moved into this space?
About 3 months.
That's pretty quick to go from that to here. Tell us about how you jumped out on your own.
So, little backstory on me. I was an alcoholic for 20 years. I was that guy that everybody was like, man, if you could just get your stuff together, you'd be so successful. If you could just get your stuff together, you'd be so successful. And for 20 years, man, I did everything I could to try to get sober. And it took me getting in a little bit of trouble and having to go to a state-run treatment center. And while I was there, I gave my life to Christ. And luckily, he removed that thorn for me, and I've never wanted to drink since, man. And so when I got out, I met my lovely wife, and I moved up here to Dallas, and I went to work as a painter at a shop. I've done paint and body work my whole life. That's all I know, So I went to work at a shop, and within 3 months, I was running the place for the owner. We built his business up, and a lot of long hours, a lot of going out and knocking on doors and getting him accounts, and we built the gentleman's business up. He's a real nice guy, but he saw that as an opportunity to exit his business, and the new owner came in and felt that I made too much money, and so he was like, just did everything he could to cut my pay and just was trying to push me out. And so my wife told me, she was like, if you're going to work this hard for somebody else, you might as well start your own thing, man. Right, just go into business for yourself. And so I took, them pushing me out as an opportunity. It was crazy, man. I started this thing with nothing. I mean,
all you had was your tools and your experience.
I didn't even have tools.
Oh, really?
I didn't even have tools. It was man, I had, toward the end of running that other guy's shop, I started buying tools, and I had that little cart right there.
That blue one, teal color?
No, the black one. I had that little cart, and we had started buying some tools. My wife would give me some Milwaukee stuff for Christmas, and I had a few things, but I had to borrow a paint gun when I started this shop because.
Did you have an air compressor? I guess you had that.
I had a little one that the old boss that I was working for had given me that he wasn't using anymore, and so I started this thing with nothing, man. It was pretty cool, and it was scary at first.
Well, let me ask you, since you went out on your own, I would think you're willing to work on anything, right? But your focus is Corvettes. Or when did you start focusing on Corvettes?
So I started the shop what I had done was I had gone out and I had hustled up some accounts at just some little car lot stuff that I was doing, while I worked for that other guy. And when I left there, some of those accounts were like, hey, well, wherever you're going, we want to follow you. We like your work, And so those guys came with me, and that's the stuff I was doing out of my garage. And there's an influencer by the name of Alex Hermosi that one of the things he talks about is, if you just generalize in everything, you're always going to be competing with everybody. But when you specialize in something and you niche down, the more you niche down, the less competition you have.
Because you're known for that specialty.
Correct. And then you can charge what you're worth, and you don't have to kill yourself trying to make a living, you know? So I've loved Corvettes since I was 4 years old. My uncle has a convertible 65 similar to this one. And when I was 4 years old, he let me pick out the color that he painted it. And I remember being so proud.
What color was that?
It's like a dark maroon color. The car still painted that color to this day. But, you know, I've been enamored with Corvettes ever since. So that it just seemed like a logical thing.
So how do you find your talent for this business?
That's the hard part.
Yeah.
Is finding people that are competent and that know how to work with fiberglass. You know, my family always did commercial paint and body work, big rigs, RVs, things like that. Most of those are made out of fiberglass. So I've been doing it since I was a little kid, and luckily I've been able to train some guys on how to do it to be able to work with these cars.
Give me a quick rundown of every service you provide, everything you do here.
So we do everything from small little touch-ups to full-on custom builds. Like, you know, we have a lot of customers' vehicles that are in phenomenal shape where, you know, all they require is, you know, a touch-up on a couple of rock chips, you know, maybe a paint correction. We also offer this revolutionary product called Revivify that is essentially liquid PPF, paint protection film, that we've been offering, and we're pretty lucky to be able to offer it. They don't just let anyone install this product. So we offer that, but then we also do, so this behind me is a full custom build. You know, we custom made the housings for the headlights, you know, did a bunch of cosmetic things on the outside. We actually just acquired a company to where we have the molds now to make complete bodies. So I can make this entire body from scratch now. So we will be offering complete bodies as well.
When will you be doing that?
Complete cars at some point.
Okay. When do you project you'll be able to be doing that?
By the first of the year, by January 2026, that side of the business will be operational. So we'll be able to make complete either, you know, parts. If somebody, you know, wrecks their car and they need a fender, or they need a hood, or you know, something like that, we can make it for them. Or if they just want a complete body and want to start over, we can also do that.
So is this, I would guess, this is the first business you've ever had?
No, well, I mean, I've only ever, well, so I've done a bunch of different things. I always come back to paint and body work because it's, you know, it's just kind of second nature to me. But I've had a bunch of regular body shops back during my alcoholic days that, you know, kind of up and down and never really took off. This is the first business I've had that has really taken off. You know, since I've stayed sober and done the right thing, you know, my Creator has rewarded me for that.
That's great.
And, you know, it's keeping me on the right path. What
are the challenges that you face right now, and how do you overcome those challenges in this business?
The biggest challenge is, you know, just finding more talent to be able to help me to build these cars. You know, finding more people that have the eye for it, that have the talent, that want to build these cars right. You know what I mean? Like, I don't do this for money. The money is, you know, it's nice to make money. It's nice to be able to pay the bills. Hoping to retire my wife soon. But, you know, it's one of those things that I build these cars because I love these cars. And I want these cars to be the nicest possible product that we can put out. And so finding people that share that passion, you know what I mean, is kind of always a challenge. We're not looking for people here that just want a paycheck. You know, we want people that really
love cars and
love cars and want to do a good job.
So what are your marketing, advertising tactics? You know, how are you picking up new business?
I always tell people, Jesus makes my phone ring. It's kind of a joke, but kind of not. We actually don't do any advertising or marketing.
Just word of mouth, pretty much.
So my strategy from the day I opened the door was to do more than someone pays me for, to do more than someone pays me for on every
Just
single
add a lot of
job,
value.
no matter what. Yeah, to provide value to every customer. And what I've found is that when you do that, people tell everybody they can about you. And we've been very fortunate to be the official, paint and body shop for multiple Corvette clubs, including the Lone Star Corvette Club, which is the largest Corvette club in the nation, that's going to actually be having their meeting here at the shop tomorrow.
So that's marketing, advertising tactics, because I know you're providing the food and you had to clear out this place and clean it up. So that was a lot of work there to do that.
Yes, sir.
So is this the first time you're hosting that club?
Yeah. This is the first time we're doing anything like
About how
that.
many people do you expect to show up?
There should be about 150 people here. Should be about 100 Corvettes.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's going to be pretty interesting.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be chaotic.
What are some things you know now that you wished you knew when you first started this specific business here? Especially, I guess maybe it's since you niched down on Corvettes.
Some advice that I would offer to every entrepreneur. So develop a relationship with God before you start a business, because you have to have faith. You have to have just blinders on. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what the statistics say. You have to believe that it's going to work out. And the only way that you can believe that is if you know that something greater than yourself is looking out for you. Like this business, if I did not have a personal relationship with God and my faith was not what it was, there's no way I would have been able to. It would have been too stressful, But like I told you, I started this business with no tools, but things would always, I would need a tool that cost $100 and the bills were $500, and I would get a check for $612. You know what I mean? So I could buy me something to eat afterwards, and that happened time and time and time again, to where my Creator showed me, I've got you, just trust me. And if you have that faith and you don't entertain anything else, and you just have that blind faith, you'll be successful. I really truly believe that.
Well, tell us about how you got into this lease then, because you didn't really have a backlog of business. You were new, I guess. You were working out of your house. Did the landlord just give you a shot? Tell us the story about how you ended up getting the lease. And you had no tools too. What'd you tell him? I got all my tools.
Yeah, that's a funny story actually. So we're working out of the garage, and we have a next door neighbor that is like my wife's adopted mother, and sweet old lady, but she's very set in her ways. She doesn't like things that are different. And one day she comes over there and she's like, I don't like all these cars parked up and down the street. Jana, I don't know what you want me to do. Like, I've got...
Trying to make a living.
Yeah, I'm trying to make a living, right?
Honest living.
And then every day it was something. And one day she comes over there and she just walks right past me, and I could tell she's mad, and she goes inside to talk to my wife. And I'm like, oh, I'm just sick. I just got knots in my stomach. I'm like, she's going to, something's going to happen where I'm not going to be able to, I'm just, all this negative self-talk, right? And this is what I tell people: if you have faith, God will turn something that's meant to be bad into a blessing. But my wife comes out there and she's like, Jan wants to know what it's going to cost for you to get a shop. And I was like, I don't know, like at least $5,000 to pay for the first month's rent and the deposit. And she's like, that's what I told her. She wrote you a check. She said, if you can get out of here by next week, that you can have it.
Everybody needs a neighbor like that.
I was like, I got
Why didn't I
goosebumps,
say
man.
20 grand?
Yeah, but it was a true blessing, man. It was one of those moments that, looking back, it's
supposed to happen. It was just supposed to happen.
It was supposed to happen, and
so I guess if she needs any paint work, I guess you'll probably hit her up for free, huh?
Yes, yeah, I'm going to take good care of her. That's for sure. That's for sure. Yeah, it was a real blessing, man. And like I said, I have that blinding faith to where things like that just always happen whenever I need it, and it's allowed us to expand at a pretty alarming rate.
I know because you've got another building
Yes,
several
sir.
units over, like 4 or 5 units over. That's
Yes, sir, we do.
bigger or is as big as this one, I think.
It's bigger than this one. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay,
sir.
so you're really growing pretty fast.
Yes, sir. We're very blessed, man. We're very blessed.
If someone was thinking about starting a business, what's some advice you'd give them that's just general entrepreneur advice that you've learned that's really helped you?
Provide value. Provide value. Provide value. Do not worry about the money. Provide value. If you provide value, the money will come. Do more than what someone pays you to do, which goes back to providing value. And have unyielding, just blind faith that everything's going to work out, and don't entertain anything else. If you do those things, you're going to be successful. And always do the right thing, man. Like something that I instill this in my guys that work for me too. Nothing goes unnoticed by God, right? So we don't take advantage of anybody. We don't take $1 more than what, we told someone we were going to, they were going to have to pay. If something ends up taking me more time, I eat it because I
You quoted them a price.
Yeah, because I gave the person my word and I just take care of it, right? I always try to do the right thing because that stuff, karma is real, you know what I mean? And if you do the right thing, you won't have a bunch of unexpected surprises that come up to derail you. Things will work out for you if you do the right thing. That's my belief.
So where do you see this business going 3 to 5 years from now? What are some of the goals that you'd really like to achieve?
3 to 5 years from now, we're going to be building, the best of the best Corvettes in the world.
So you actually really want to actually build brand new Corvettes from just from the wheels up.
Me and a buddy of mine are going to be building brand new from the ground up C3 or C2 Corvettes from 63 to 67. They're going to be modern mid-year Corvettes. So
are they going to be made to order? Like someone will come in and pick out the interiors and colors
They'll be
and
completely
everything?
bespoke to each person. So
okay.
the color combo they want, the wheels they want, the interiors they want, but they'll all come standard on a custom chassis, a tube chassis with C7 suspension, and we'll have 3 different motor choices for them. But everything else will be bespoke to them, depending on their wants. If they want it to look completely classic like the old ones did, or if they want it to have a little bit more of a modern feel, we can adjust accordingly. But the good thing is it'll have all the modern amenities. It'll drive like a new car. It'll have AC. You could start it up and drive it from here to California if you wanted to, and you'll never have to worry about it,
Yeah, well, I have no doubt you're going to do it. I bet you're going to be really successful, and I can't wait to see it. Now, you're going to start a YouTube channel, right?
I am.
What is the name of it?
The Vette DFW.
Okay, and you're going to be posting your builds and things that you're doing just to show people, hey, look, this is what I've done recently, etc.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, I think you've got one video that's done that you just haven't uploaded it yet, right?
Correct.
Okay, so be looking for that one. That's going to be an interesting one.
Yeah, it's a walk around video of this beautiful machine right here.
Okay. Well, Sonny, dude, I can't think of anything else, so I appreciate it that you came on and took time out of your evening. I know you got to get ready for that big club tomorrow and puts chairs out here. And what time is it now? It's almost 8 o'clock. So, man, I appreciate it a whole lot. I think the biggest takeaway Sonny shared is if one truly believes in himself, it's amazing what can be accomplished. I bet we'll be back here in about 3 years, and Sonny will have accomplished more than anyone ever expected. I hope this video added value and you enjoyed it. I'm Curtis Mulberg. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.